So I think I might have to give you guys my 2 cents. I've been trying to get around this, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I'm talking about music today on Tofer's Take. So I should preface a lot of this with stuff you guys should know. First of all, I do consider myself a Christian. And secondly, I do listen to a lot of Christian metal. So why am I talking about Christian music? Well, because it's kind of popped up. A little bit of my life lately, and I guess more so on my news feed. There's a guy from Hillsong who recently quit and left the faith, and all my contemporary Christian friends are throwing a fit about it. The band Gideon, said they no longer want to be labeled as a Christian band. And one of my friends, asked me, well, what qualifies something as Christian music? And I've been wrestling with this a lot. Because I will admit, I am pretty, narrow-minded, when it comes to this. I mean, I try to be open-minded, but an example, of my narrow-mindedness is when I review an album on Tofer's Tunes. If they don't talk about God, that's -1 point automatically. Why? Because I'm a Christian and I'm hopefully reviewing a Christian album. And if you are not preaching it on a Christian album, on an album that is labeled a Christian album, if you're not talking about God or the scriptures, something's wrong with that. As far as the guy for Hillsong, and that's just my opinion, my thought. Like I said, an example of how narrow-minded, I can be sometimes. As far as the guy from Hillsong, I don't know his heart. I don't know what he's going through. All I know is that what I've read on Facebook, my news feed. But I would almost bet there are still going to be churches that will play the songs he's wrote on a week, not every Sunday, but, they will be in the rotation. Why? Because I don't think it's about, as much as I don't know what's going on in his heart, and yes, I'm concerned about it, but worship, music, isn't it about that guy's heart? It's about your heart. As far as Gideon goes, what they've done is nothing new. A lot of the Christian metal bands, have done this. And they've usually gone one or two ways. They've said, we don't want to be a Christian band, so we're going to quit putting out Christian music, and just use swear words and all that. The other way is we don't want to be labeled a Christian band, but we're still going to keep the faith. I hope Gideon is the latter. I hope that they hold on and stay strong in the faith. This whole idea, I think, even back in the day, Striper, said they would no longer want to be considered a Christian band. I think they even tried to put out a secular album. I'm not sure on that, but Christianity is the only thing that I know of that has its own stuff, okay? We have Christian movies, that are in theaters. We have Christian music. We even have like Christian comic books, Christian plumbers, Christian carpenters, Christian clothing line. I mean, really? I think what if a lot of bands are doing, and whether they want to be labeled Christian or not, I think a lot of the metal bands have it right. Is they're going to the bars. They're going to the venues that your Chris Talman, your Crowder won't go or don't go. And playing for the unbelievers and giving them the message. Of the gospel, and I respect that. So if you just want to be selling to the Christian market, but your heart is still for witnessing, I have your back on that. I support you in that. You just don't want to be a Christian band because it's not cool. I don't get why you started as one. I mean, if it's not cool, you didn't do it to be cool, And I get people change. Where my heart was on this topic 10 years ago, maybe even 5 years ago, is not where it's at right now. What I don't want to see, and this goes for any Christian, whether you're in a band or not, is you don't want to be called a Christian because you are no longer a Christian. If you don't want to be called a Christian, that's fine. But do not forsake your faith. Do not ignore your heart. Now, can you be a Christian in the secular industry? Yeah. I mean, look at Alice Cooper. For years, and I think to this day, he's not labeled as a Christian band. There's a couple of guys in Megadeth who are solid Christians, performing in a secular band. Can it be done? Yes, of course it can. And by all means, if your heart is for Christ, but, for being in a band, with the opportunity to, share or witness that, by all means, I got you. It's just the people who don't want to be called a Christian because, they feel that they've gone as far as they can in the Christian market. And yes, kind of playing off something I read in Babylon Bee with that. Like I said, my thoughts and feelings have changed over the years on this, and they may change again. What do I listen to? I'll admit, and this is just my narrow-mindedness and, personal choice. Like I said, I listen to a lot of Christian metal. Why? Because I want my music to match the life that I lead. If I'm trying to lead a Christian life, if I'm trying to, read my Bible, if I'm trying to be a witness to people, and my music is filled with profanity, or sexual innuendos, I think that might affect my witness. But that's just my thought on it. Anyway, I hope this made sense. And I'm trying to be honest, about, I kind of got, on one track, I got the blinders on when it comes to this, and a lot of stuff, but I hope you guys see where I'm coming from. And if there's anything you can do or say that might help me see things clear, by all means, I welcome the conversation. I welcome the discussion. But that's all I really have to say on the topic. I'll see y'all later. Peace. So there are a lot of cicadas or bugs, you hear going on outside tonight. This could be Christian music. And I would almost be remiss if I did not give you guys some classic or original Christian music. Alright, you guys take care.